Welcome to the first episode of the Disposable Reviewer, which is me, the Disposable Reviewer, and this is my co-host and lead guitarist for the disposable band, Manni-kin. Say hello, Manni-kin. You may be wondering, what's a Disposable Reviewer? It basically means that this unit will self-destruct upon termination of this review.
Nobody will get the reference.
Basically, I'll pick a game and tell you whether it's disposable, which means don't play it, or not, which means it's probably a good game. Let's get this show started. Boot it up. Is that really our intro? Did we spend the budget on the show already? Wait, what? Okay. I'm getting confirmation from my executive producer that that is indeed our official intro. The hell did we spend our money on? Soda and candy? Well, at least it was well spent. That image is terrible. Who drew that? Oh right, I did. Yeah, using Photoshop. I'm to our old one. That one was really nice. Put it up. That one looks nice. Who drew that one? Firebird? Oh, Firebird's boyfriend, okay. Firebird is one of the other executive producers for the show. Her boyfriend doesn't have a name, so we'll just call him Keeper Firebird. He's had a year. Don't blame me for giving him names. It's pretty convenient that Firebird's boyfriend's art was about to be used for the intro for the show. You know who I had the day to be on this show? That's right, Manni-kin. Well, who made the music? Oh, your brother. So apparently Fern, who is the executive producer I'm talking to right now, says that her brother made the music. Apparently to be on the show you have to be related to somebody or dating somebody. What's his name anyways? Miglis? Miglis. Miglis. Anyways, today's game comes from the Sonic ages. Back when Sonic was decent and good, and platformers ruled the land. It was a magical time. Dynamite Headdy. Originally released in 1994 for the Sega Genesis, Game Gear, and Master System. Can also be found on the Virtual Console for the Wii, and a few of the Sega collections, such as Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection for the PlayStation 3 and the 360. I mean, look at the cover of this thing. It looks like a jelly bean with a head flying off, and like that guy's flying off into space, and there's like a hammerhead shark looking thing hitting a giant ball, and a vacuum cleaning up the area on the left, and like there's like 4 of these guys, and there's a pig shooting stars. Yeah, looks great. Anyways, let's start.
Oh, look at the little birdies, and such sweet music playing, and... Wait, stop. What does that say? Cast of puppets. What does that mean?
Wait, what does it mean? What does it mean? Does that mean it's not real life?
It's a freaking video game.
Look at those clouds. They're on strings. And the brick building on the right. The windows and doors reveal that it's not an actual house, unless it's got windows and doors exactly on the other side. And on the lower left, opening, demo, now playing? Is that for people that never played a game before? Or maybe for people that just showed up? It's as if we're in a play. Is this a play?
Are we in a play?
Check the manual, stupid.
That's a good idea, random audience member that won't shut the hell up. Alright, got the instruction book right here. Let's see what it says. Oh, okay. The Treasure Theater Show. Bloody, 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 bloody. Keymasters. Dark Demon. Step into the spotlight. And bloody, bloody. Props go wild. So it is a play. Within a video game. And that's kind of different.
As the intro continues, the background literally rolls down, showing that the world has turned to hell. There's fire, falling stars, puppets running around in panic, a giant robot hopping around everywhere. Wait, stop! What the hell is that thing? Is that a baby running around? All this going on to some pretty fitting music.
It really feels like there's a band off stage playing for the game.
Like me yelling at you.
So after a 4 side-scrolling section with very little danger, we stop and run into this jerk, called Trouble Brewing.
So apparently in the Japanese version, there's dialogue included within the game. And sure, it may not have been like an amazing story, but it probably would have added to the feeling that this was an actual play. For example, right now Trouble Brewing shows up telling Dynamite Headdy that he's there to assassinate him and take his leading role.
Also, apparently, Trouble Brewing wasn't his original name. It was Maruyama. And he was purple. And he was always smiling, which would have made him super creepy. Anyways, after a simple 3-hit boss fight, the game moves on to the practice area. Oh, look at those cute little curtains.
Oh, and about those little curtains, they tell you the title of the stage you're about to play. I specifically point this out because I like some of the titles. They take movie titles and change them around a little bit. For example, there's a stage called Star Wars, and Far Trek, and Terminator 2, and Toys in the Hood.
I get it!
Practice area is actually a really great place to learn how to play this game. It also teaches you the unique aspect of this game. Throwing your head!
Plus, you'll get to meet all the people that will help you on your journey. Headcase will introduce you to the power-ups that you can get by altering your head, which includes things from heads that shoot damaging stars everywhere to a vacuum cleaner that sucks up all the enemies. Then you have Hangman, who is an orange ball that just hangs there.
I get it!
It's with Hangman that you'll be able to get around. By grabbing him with your head, you can launch yourself to new areas or move objects to make other areas accessible. And the last of the three helpers is Bew, or as my executive producer would say,
Bo!
this angel will point out the boss's weak points, which really helps and is a lot better than shooting randomly, though it can get a little annoying.
And the best part about the practice area is that if you already know what you're doing, you don't have to do it. But beware, because if you skip it, you won't get the secret bonus points that you get from it.
At the end of each level, a results screen will show you your score and how many secret bonus points you got and can acquire. It's not necessary to get these points, but sometimes it's fun to try to find them all, which adds to the replay value. And there's a lot of secret bonus points.
You've got a secret bonus point.
As for the actual game, it's standard platforming with bad guys that you throw your head at, pitfalls, floating extra points. And if you ever see a head case with a letter B, get that, because then it will turn you into the Statue of Liberty herself. Okay, so I don't know if that's the case, but that could be New York in the background. But more importantly, a bonus game, or in the play world, intermission. But don't go to the snack bar just yet. In this game, you simply hit the basketballs that come out of the cannons into the baskets. Score it in the star net, and you get a point. The basketball icon gets the cannons to shoot a lot of balls. Another icon slows the baskets down, and the last icon destroys the cannon. Also, watch out for the bombs that appear from the cannons. They don't hurt your head, but they do hurt your body. If the cannons are destroyed, the minigame ends, and you should feel deeply ashamed of yourself. And the game will remind you that you need to get better at this game.
Sick burn!
If you make enough baskets, the game tells you a secret number to remember. If you get all 4 numbers and beat the whole main game, you could enter the secret 4-digit code for a bonus. I won't ruin it. I think it's pretty cool and funny, but it's super difficult to get.
Let's talk about the bosses, which are all actually pretty unique. Let's take Spinderella for example.
Spinderella stage is sort of a 3D circular level. You move to the left and you're slowly going behind Spinderella, so you can attack her battery pack. You don't really see it, the only way it indicates it is through Spinderella moving herself. Now, at one point Spinderella will grab the stage and actually spin it around so you're in the background instead. Using the same principles, you have to try to go behind her and attack her. Or take Wooden Dresser, who comes in different uniforms and has different powers and attacks based on what they're wearing. At one point it could be a dragon shooting fire or a robot with grabby claws. But probably the best boss fight, or at least my favorite one, and my favorite part of the whole game, is the second boss fight in the game against Mad Dog. So you have an orchestra in the background, probably the orchestra that's been playing this entire time, just waiting to play. Then the cat bear jerk appears, only to get crushed by Mad Dog. And then the freaking orchestra starts playing, and not just any song, but it's the freaking Nutcracker. Even when I was just a kid, I would love getting to this part. It all worked really well together.
What also worked well together, but in a much more terrifying way, is the mini-boss, or mini-bosses, the Puppeteer and Gentleman Jim. These two, or one, whatever, these guys were basically my childhood nightmares, and they're still actually pretty freaky looking today.
At this point of the game, we are backstage and no one can see us. And out pops this creepy double body caterpillar thing. And then this body just splits apart and now it's a flying creepy clown thing controlling a puppet. And you have creepy ass music playing in the background. You kill the puppet and the thing starts swinging with chains at you. And if a chain grabs your head, you're helpless, only able to run around with your body. Maybe to gamers these days, this bad guy is just whatever, especially with graphics that we have nowadays. But this jerk will always haunt me since these are the best graphics that I can get at the time. And for the time, this game did look amazing. You can clearly distinguish between everything. The backgrounds look great and fit well with this game. You get a constant reminder that you're watching the play, whether it's the little signs on the stage or the visible ropes holding up parts of the stage. which honestly makes a lot more sense than other games. My favorite example are the little stage workers that appear from time to time. The colors are nice and they blend well together, though I can understand if somebody looks at it and thinks it's way too much.
Not only are the visuals great, but the music's good as well. And not just because of the Nutcracker part. The music throughout the whole game works well with each stage. It's catchy and it sticks to my head. I even listen to it from time to time on my iPod. It's not anything fancy, but they're pretty great tunes. Now after a certain point, the game does get pretty hard.
As a kid, I never got past the level where Dynamite Headdy is flying in the side-scrolling shooter section, which really adds a nice mix to the game. Now that I'm older though, I can get past that level, but I tend to die at Babyface, who is the boss of that level. I can't really blame the game though. Old games tend to be harder since they were short and lacking in saving, but some of the levels and bosses do feel a little cheap. The only way I ever beat this game was using a level skip cheat code. The Twins Freak boss was interesting, but it kicked my ass and I never actually beat it. To this day, I still can't beat him, and I never even legitly beat the final boss. But although this game is hard, it's still fun. The difficulty just gives you a reason to replay the game, and I usually want to replay this game pretty often, so it's kind of a good/bad thing. All in all, I gotta say that this game is amazing.
Like your mom.
Let's recap. The replay value is great. It's one of the few Sega games that I constantly want to come back to and play regularly. The visuals are great and it displays that it's a play very well in the game. The music is great and really sticks to your head. At least for me. The gameplay is fun and the power-ups really add to the game. The bosses are amazing and unique, though they do get pretty difficult the further you get into the game. Sure, I mean that's standard for most games, but the difficulty may discourage some gamers. My final verdict is that this game is not disposable. I'd recommend this game to almost anybody, especially somebody that wants to try to get into older games. It's fun, and you should give it a chance, but don't feel bad if you can't beat it.
Dynamite Headdy is one of my favorite games ever. That's why I chose it for my first game review. Not a lot of people actually mention this game as far as I know, which makes me a little bit sad because I do legitimately like this game and I think a lot of people would like this too. Unfortunately, I think it's a game that kind of just slipped under the radar, probably got surpassed by maybe not better games, but you know, more recognizable titles like Sonic and Mario.
That's all the time we have left for the Disposable Reviewer, which is me. This is my co-host Manni-kin, and if you like this video, let me know in the comments. Though, go a little bit easy on me guys, it's my first video. And be sure to be on the lookout for more videos which will come out eventually. And if you didn't like this video, then as Sticky Bear says, shh, quiet. Well, say goodnight Manni-kin. That's alright, I was tired of your voice anyways.
Death.
Thanks for watching the first episode and sticking through to the end. I know I said that I was going to post these videos a lot sooner, but it actually took me a lot longer to edit everything together. That and school caught me off guard by starting earlier than I thought. Unfortunately, due to school and work, it may be some time before I release the next episode. Don't worry, I'll be working on it on my spare time and it'll come out soon. If you liked this video, please share it. If I know people are watching, it'll motivate me more and just make me feel good. And who doesn't want to make me feel good?